Jason, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, Jesse? Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for coming on.
Always a pleasure.
Your
Love being here.
forehead is dark, and I only see a light right in your eyes and mouth and nose.
That's it.
Are you aware of
How
that?
about that? No, that looks different on my end.
And
It
then there's
depends on how you look.
shadow all around you. It's look a mess.
Really? How
Yeah.
about that?
You look
Oh, now
homeless.
you look same. That look maybe the connection. How's it now?
It's still the darkness. I don't know why they just put you up there looking like that. But 2 killed and 1 injured on third night of unrest in Kosovo, Wisconsin. 1 man was shot in the head. Onlookers began yelling, "Call the police." So they're out there protesting against the cops. A man gets shot in the head. And what do they want? When did we want them? Now. I have with me for a few minutes and then your calls, Duran Ward. Many of you have seen him here before. He is an amazing guy. He's in his car, so he looked like a Mexican waiting to steal something. And so, Ward, welcome to the show. Duran.
Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
You look like you're sitting in the car like a gangbanger or something waiting to...
No, I didn't want to wake up my neighbors in my my little studio.
History is on the field in Columbia, Missouri, as Sarah Fuller is about to put her right foot into a football, speaking volumes to women around the world.
And so this woman, Sarah Fuller, who is now on the men's football team at Vanderbilt University. Am I right, Chris or Joel? She kicked the ball the wrong way or something?
Well, it was a terrible kick. She only kicked it like 30 yards.
But if they accidentally hit her breast, she gonna sue them for feeling on her breast.
And she can sue because she on the team.
Yeah.
She put the pads on. She can't sue.
No, she'll find a way to sue.
Locker room talk.
Yeah, she'll find a way. Women are like that.
I'll lose the money.
What do you make of the fact that Jacob Blake was shot and he didn't have any weapons on him, but then Kyle Rittenhouse is walking down the street in front of cop cars and they're just letting him. They don't even stop him.
Well, Jacob got what he deserved because he ran. He should not have taken off when the cops asked him to stop. And if he had followed instructions, he probably would be alive today.
What do you think about
Am I
George
wrong by
Floyd?
that?
I don't think they should have used
He
that
fought
kind of
with the
force.
cop. Why are you totally omitting what Jacob did wrong? You're not even talking about what he should or should not have done. Why not?
He should have complied with everything. I
And
do
why?
agree.
Why should he have done that?
Because it's the cops.
Right. And if he had done that, he would probably be alive.
Yeah.
So if he had followed the instruction of the officers, he would not have a bunch of holes in him right now, right?
Probably, yeah.
What do you mean probably? The cop don't shoot you when you follow instructions.
Yeah, you're right. But the thing
But why is
like,
it hard to deal with that?
I just think there was other de-escalation techniques.
It was. He was armed with a knife, fighting the cops. A taser did not work. The guy is his own fault.
So because of those views that you have, I just wonder what your views are on George Floyd.
Oh, my views on George Floyd, he dead.
He what?
He dead.
I mean, if you think Jacob Blake was justified, do you think George Floyd was justified in any way?
Absolutely. Based on all the information now that's come out, George Floyd resisted arrest, and the reason he couldn't breathe was not because of the cop putting knees on the neck. It was because he was high as a kite. Greg, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
How are you doing, Jesse?
All is well, Greg. How you?
I'm doing well. I have more of a comment today than a question.
Okay.
Oftentimes I'll hear you, and more often Hake, but absolutely you as well. I'll hear you guys discuss, shadow banning and and whatnot. And I live in the Bronx, but I work for a larger tech company. And, just the amount of violations that you've had on your show today, given misinformation, or something.
Did you say misinformation today?
That's right, yeah.
What did I say today that's misinformation? I can't let you just walk over that.
I'm going to tell you. I'm absolutely going to tell you.
I don't have a lot of time. I need to hear that first and then your other bull crap.
Okay, well, some misinformation. I mean, you're a guy. You couldn't even. The other caller got to. You don't even know how to pronounce treasury, and you're an 80-year-old
What's the
man.
misinformation, Greg?
The misinformation. You said women are a negative counterpoint to the man.
How's that misinformation?
Well, there's just absolutely no scientific information to suggest that's true.
What kind of scientific evidence you need?
Well, there's none that you could give because there isn't.
What type do you need to know if it's true or not?
I know men that are on the side of good. I know women that are.
I asked what type of scientific information that you need.
I would need you to be able to demonstrate that in order for me to agree with that. And since you can't, we both know you can't demonstrate that.
I can. Want me to tell you how you can know for yourself?
Yes, please.
Look at yourself. You'll see it. You'll see a female nature in you. You're just like your mama. Thank you, man. I got to run, Nick.
Mike Young, as a black American, I refuse to have a pothead-loving nutcase like Kamala Harris turn my beloved country into a ghetto.
It just feels good.
And to white people, please wake up. Kamala is a whole lot worse than Big Mama Michelle.
Kamala Harris is going to make Big Mama look like an angel. An angel sent by Satan.
I had to cut my hours back from my job. I ended up losing my house, losing my car. I was from Ohio. I lost the job because as soon as coronavirus hit, they cut daycare, and I wasn't unable to go to work anymore.
Right.
So unfortunately, because of all that, I had to move to Florida and live with my mother.
Beta!
I know, it's so bad. And I.
Last night I spoke to the Republican Club at USC, University of Southern California. And when I started to express and talk about Louis Farrakhan and how evil those people are, they staged a walkout. Some of those kids did. They jumped up and ran like rats. I thought it was a bunch of rats. I have never seen a government that makes such a fool out of people as I see now. I was in the market yesterday. I have to run into the supermarket with something. I hate going to the market. So I was walking in. I got my product and I'm walking over to the cashier, and some Mexican guy with a mask on that worked there, boss boy. You got to put your mask on. And then I just looked at him because he seemed retarded. So I just didn't want to have anything to do with him because he didn't know what he was doing. So I get in line, and there was a black woman in line, and she was paying for her products. She looked at me, you got to put your mask on. I said, that's not for me. That's not for men. I can understand why women do it because women have fear. They scared. And because they're the weaker vessel, they're scared. No, women are not. Women are strong. I'm like, no, they're not. Women are not strong. It's just that men are weak. No such thing as a strong woman. I'm getting loud and so how black people get loud. She's getting loud. And in the meantime, the cashier, she looked to be Mexican. She had a mask on, but I can tell she's Mexican. She was like laughing and didn't really know how to handle it. And she was like, well, men need to step up and take care of their children. I said, well, they want to, but the mother has already destroyed the man when he was a boy, so he doesn't know how to deal with mama. Ooh, he should have been there. And everybody looking now. And then a white woman walked up behind me in the cash, in the line there. And she was like, what do you mean women are weak? I said, women are weak. Look at the country now. And the country going to hell in a handbasket when the women take over. Ooh. Whoa, it was so much fun. And when I was walking out the store, all these women, the cashier women and all of them just looking at me. They were like, what the? I saw her, the women fall for this mass crap. Her name is Joanne Hardesty. Listen to this, folks. She was calling 911 because she, according to the report, being rude to the Lyft driver. And he told her, look, okay, we cancel your order and get out of my car. I ain't putting up with this crap. And she called 911. But guess what? Hardest spearheaded a $15 million cut that defunded 3 of the police bureau's specialty units. She spearheaded it. I can't tell is that a man or woman because I know now they have drag queen men in dresses pretending to be that and they're being elected. But is that a man or a woman?
Supposed to be a woman.
How you know? Look at it.
Well, I don't know what it is. It
looks like an old black man from Africa.
I can't tell.
I can't tell. But if you call upon them to do right, be right, stand up against abortion, stand up for what is right, they ain't going to show up. I don't care how much chicken you got. Nick, the anchor baby, my producer, he put together every day an amazing radio package. And most of the time, I don't get to everything. I'm like, this guy stayed up all night to get a Mexican and to put together an amazing radio package. How come I look so black on there? What? You are black. I ain't that black. The whole thing black. Chris is here. Chris is my social media guy. And he white. I mean, like really white. The way James used to be white when James first started working with us. Now James is black. Of the Hey Report. I have with me Reverend Gregory Drumright. He's a senior minister at Citadel Church and Campus Ministries in North Carolina. How long have you been a Reverend?
Well, this is my 22nd year in public pulpit ministry, and I've been ordained.
And were you called by God, or did you have to go to school to become a Reverend?
I do hold a Master's of Divinity degree from Wake Forest University, one of the top 5 schools of divinity in the country.
So if you were called by God, why did you have to go to school to get a degree?
To be even more learned, to be even more exposed, and to broaden my theological understanding.
What did you learn in school that God was not able to teach you?
One of the things that it did is that it also brought me, centered me in the beloved community. I was studying with people from all aspects of life, from all cultures, orientations. In divinity school, I was studying with transgender people. In divinity school,
amazing.
I was studying with people from Africa, people from Egypt.
So let me ask, do you love white people?
Yes, I do.
Why would you participate with Black Lives Matter if you love white people?
Black Lives Matter is not a hate mantra.
Why are they burning and destroying and killing cops and all that? Do you know that Black Lives Matter was founded by a bunch of fat, black, radical lesbians who hate God, who hate the nuclear family, who hate men, unborn children? They have no morals, no value. They hate white people and everybody. Are you familiar with that?
It is not a centralized organization where people such as myself and other organizers receive marching orders from the founders, whose views and whose persons
you're not being honest right now.
Have been sensationalized. Well,
and you people are supporting them, and the way that you're supporting them by deceiving yourselves and saying that, oh, it's not an organization. It is an organization, but you people are lying to yourself because you want to support evil while pretending that you're supporting good.
You're calling them fat?
Fat, black, radical lesbians.
I also represent an organization that is nonviolent, an organization that is a peaceful movement, an organization that has...
Which organization is that?
Because for far too long, Black lives have not mattered.
Only to black people.
to
if Black Lives Matters to Black people, why are they killing one another? Like 90 going north in every major city, inner city around the country. They're robbing and raping and murdering, and they kill children while they're sitting in their room. Your organization held a rally, a march in, what was that county, Nick? Alamance County, North Carolina. That was your organization doing that, right?
It was Justice for the Next Generation.
Right.
You should say our name, brother. You should say our name.
What was the purpose of that rally?
The purpose of that rally was to lead people to the polls to vote, and also to organize and advocate against white supremacy that is happening in Alamance County and all over the country.
Was it a peaceful rally?
We are a peaceful organization, nonviolent. And so therefore, anything that we plan is going to be intended with peaceful actions. And
so
peaceful
was that a peaceful rally that you held that day?
I did just answer your question.
Is that a yes?
I did just answer your question.
I want to play that a little portion of that rally that you guys held.
Back up!
Where is the peace in that rally you guys held?
Because the officers that are charged to protect and serve actually used excessive force to suppress our rally, which actually resulted in voter suppression. Folks didn't make it to the polls because the police interrupted our peaceful rally that had been going on for more than an hour.
According to the News Observer, police asked Reverend Don Wright group to not block the street. Police had to remove the group for blocking the street and for getting out of control. Where is the peace in Black people carrying on like that?
If your viewers could see the clip,
they can see it. The world sees it.
Extracted, then you would see that our marchers was not just Black folks. It was Black and white and Hispanic and Latino.
So you feel better about it knowing that other races are a part of it?
They only gave our hundreds of marchers 14 seconds to remove themselves from the street before they began to release tear gas upon our marchers.
But that's no reason to act up. How many seconds do you need before you get up and leave? He told you that it's been reported that.
What did you get on the record?
It's been reported that they told you guys to move. I'm looking at. Oh, let me ask you this. Do radical Black people like you and others, do you think that normal people don't see? I know you guys like do crazy stuff, but you deny that you're doing it. Do you think normal people don't see what you're doing?
You're right. People can see for themselves, and we have received overwhelming support.
I'm not surprised because the only purpose of Black people being on Earth today is to be used for destruction.
Is the Jesse Lee Peterson show a destructive entity?
Yeah, destruction of evil. I get rid of evil.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because Justice for the Next Generation is advocating against racial inequality and white supremacy, which is an evil in America.
Where is white supremacy?
White supremacy is there in Graham, North Carolina, where we stood.
Where
we stood when the police used excessive force and tear gas at our rally.
They're always accusing white people of being white supremacists, right? What is wrong with Black men and women that they see white people superior to them, especially black men. I understand why the women see it, because women are weaker than men, normal men.
A woman has just been elected as the vice president of the United States.
She's not elected yet.
I definitely don't want your listeners or
She has
anyone.
not been elected.
She is the vice president elect.
No, she's not.
And I don't want anyone that is listening to this interview to think that I would have.
She is not elected.
With the things that you are.
But I want to know, why
women.
do black men, males like you and others, see white people superior to you? Why do you see it that way?
Slavery.
Why do you see it that way?
Slavery. And slavery was definitely an institution that was created to.
You're not answering the question. I asked, why do black people see white people superior to them?
And therein you have the origins, as far as America is concerned, of white supremacy. When
It's just not true.
When we were brought over here
when I was growing up in Alabama under the Jim Crow law, black people were bitching and moaning and complaining and begging and robbing and stealing and killing and burning, and because they knew it was good versus evil, right versus wrong. And so black people and white people treated each other the way they would like to be treated. And black people were able to build and do and get along. They weren't begging and calling white people white supremacists. And they did very well then. Why can't y'all do that now? Why don't, especially with you call yourself a preacher, you went to preacher school. Where's God in all this if you're begging and blaming white people?
Well, it is important for you to be educated on the fact that it is not us against them. There is so many white voices.
But they're using you.
White scholars. They're so much research that has been conducted.
But they're using you
at the hands and at the intelligence of white people. It is unfortunate that you would allege that it is black folks that are exclusively uplifting this American horror story of white supremacy.
It is.
I know there are many scholars and many folks.
Scholars are dumb. Scholars are dumb. Some of the dumbest people on earth today are people with degrees. So it doesn't matter that they have a degree. They are dumber. But let me ask, can you name anywhere in this country where it's controlled by majority black people and majority of black people live there and you want to go live there because it's so nice?
The institutions of America have kept black and brown people.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
From actually accessing higher education, from accessing public office, from accessing all forms and ranks of American society, which is why perhaps those locations are very ambiguous to us right now. And we are using organizations like our own Justice for the Next Generation.
Why are the black men carrying on
centuries of racial oppression?
Why is it that the black men are carrying on like black women?
20 to 25 minutes of my time, and my time is up.
Why are black men carrying on like? Don't run! Hey, don't run!
I'm not running.
Yes, you are. We have 5 minutes left. Why are black men acting like black women?
And quite actually, I have another interview to get to.
Why?
So, Mr. Peterson, thank you so much for this opportunity. I wish you and your
running.
show the best.
Don't run! You gonna get the chicken song. He ran. Reverend Gregory Dunright ran, senior minister at Citadel Church and Campus Ministry in North Carolina. Reverend, because you put your tail between your legs and ran, this song is for you. Amazing. When you all see Reverend Gregory Dunright, ask him why did he put his tail between his legs and ran? Absolutely. You say they had Thanksgiving in Canada last
month. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they do it a month early.
What, they think that white people discovered America in October?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Savage. King Cole. Savage. Savage. Savage.
Savage. Savage. Savage. Savage.
Savage.
Savage.
Savage.
Savage.
Savage.
Savage. Savage. Savage. Savage.
It was just right there on my tongue, and I held back. Oh, God. Super chats. D-Line. Joel and I were talking. That's why we were a little late coming in. James like, hello, hello. Must be nice, nosy. La Hake. And he's on fire.
These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of his country. But he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of man and women. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. Yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph.
Amazing. That's when boys were boys and men were men. I've been beat by me. I've been beat by me all my life. I've been beat by me. I've been beat